Hey everybody, welcome to the vocabulary lesson. Now, this is the 22nd vocabulary lesson, which means this is the number 22 lesson, vocabulary lesson 22. Now I got two words, sensual and untouchable. Sensual and untouchable. I got sensual and sensuality. Now I want to go with sensual. Sensual of or arousing gratification of the senses and physical, especially sexual pleasure. The production of the ballet is sensual and passionate. Sensual pleasure, a beautiful sensual woman. Synonyms, which is physical, carnal, bodily, fleshly, animal, hedonistic, epicurean, sypartic, voluptuary, and stuff like that. And the other one is like kind of like being in sexually attractive, sexy, voluptuous, sultry, seductive, passionate, sexually arousing, erotic, sexual, sensual, sexual. Rare appetitive, arousing but not entirely sexual, relating to sexual feelings without actually having intercourse. It was a very sensual evening. Sensual and sexual is two different things. Sensual is a private, intimate word used by people in their relationship. Sensual, anything doesn't have to be sexual. That makes you feel good is sensual. Like a massage, eating chocolate, having a bath or shower, tickling, kissing and hugging, sliding your fingers on your arms and neck, etc. It could also be a nice setting or eating tasty food and drink. Sexual sensuality is masturbation, breasts and genitalia, rubbing, neck kissing, body licking. Feels good, eh? Can you please massage my back? Yeah, sure. Rubs. Wow, that's paradise. Sensual, right? Gratification of physical, sexual appetites. 2. Giving pleasure to the body and senses rather than the mind. Covered in chocolate and peanut butter. Michael was totally sensual. Zach, that's completely sensual, right? I just want to eat it up. Pleasurable and sexy. Doggy style is not fun. Are you kidding me? It's the most sensual position ever. Sexy but not sex. The movie was just sensual. So I was allowed to take my kids. A sexual word meaning vert, closest, and sexual feelings for an object or person. Sensual if a feeling from touch, sense, or other. I was playing a very sensual game and became aroused while I was sensually being rubbed by my sensual sister. A word to describe something cool and or slightly sexual, aka sense. That jacket is sensual, or I have to go mow my lawn. Sensual. Intellectual. Hold on a phone, man. Intellectual passion dries out sensuality. Everyone looked at them. She looked like a possessed doll. A scene of crazy sensuality when the scale of sensuality bears down that of reason. The baseness of our nature conducts us to most preposterous conclusions. It is a luxury perfume in the glass, and the taste of it is a perfect melding of sweetness and freshness. For me, it is nothing but sensuality in a glass. Chastity is a monkish and evangelical superstition, a greater foe to natural temperance. Even then, unintellectual sensuality, it strikes at the root of all domestic happiness and consigns more than half of the human race to misery. Sensuality, the enjoyment, expression, or pursuit of physical, especially sexual pleasure. He ate the grapes with surprising sensuality. Synonyms: sexiness, sexual, attractiveness, voluptuousness, sultriness, seductiveness, passion, sexuality, eroticism, physically carnality. Her heavy eyelids gave her face an air of sleepy sensuality, the condition of being pleasing or fulfilling to the senses. Life can dazzle with its sensuality, its color. Sensuality is defined as enjoyment of sensual or sexual pleasures, or is defined as a condition of being pleasing to the senses, appreciating fine silk fabrics and the way they make your skin feel is an example of appreciating the sensuality of silk, the state or quality of being sensual, fondness for or indulgence in sensual pleasures. Lasciviousness, lewdness, the quality or state of being sensual or lascivious, excessive devotion to sensual pleasure. Sensualities is a plural. Sensual is a verb. The sensuality of Keats' poetry. Sensual is spelled with S-E-N-S-U-A-L. But another word for sexual, which is S-E-X-U-A-L, is different. That is different. Sensual. Well, sensual, how can I explain this? But, like, I'm trying to know how would you explain this in a different way for sensual, so that it can be very understandable to you. Wow. You know, sensual is it's a hard word to explain. You know, like it's very hard. Like sensual. It just has something to do with sexual, you know, like in some way or in a different way, you know? I guess that's all there is. Okay, the next word, which is untouchable. Untouchable. Not able or allowing to be touched or affected. A receptionist looking gorgeous and untouchable, of or belonging to the lowest caste, Hindu group, or the people outside the caste system. A member of the lowest caste, Hindu group, or a person outside the caste system. Contact with untouchables is traditionally held to defile members of higher castes. A pretty girl that most men would be afraid to talk to. I'm so insecure. I could never even ask her for the time. She's just too untouchable. Someone so muscular or that is so intimidating, it is generally thought to be a good idea not to mess with them. Dude, he is a beast. Yeah, Mark is untouchable. That may not be touched, of a nature such that it cannot be touched, not palpable, intangible. I'm untouchable means nobody can mess with him and nobody can touch him. The girls aren't touchable means they can't be touched. In the museum, all the fragile things are untouchable means they can't be touched. The wild animals are not to be petted and they're untouchable. And from the movie Training Day 2001. Denzel Washington, the actor, says, King Kong ain't got nothing on me. That means he's untouchable. A person disregarded or shunned by society or a particular group. Social outcast. Political untouchables. Untouchably is an adverb. Untouchability is a noun. Lying beyond reach. So, untouchability, I've never heard of that before, so I don't know how would you say that in a sentence. It's just, I don't know how to explain it that way. I just always look it up online and on dictionary and stuff. So when I look at the dictionary, when I look it up, that's how I know what they mean. Alright, number 1, lying beyond reach. Number 2, above reproach, suspicion, or impeachment. Number 3, unable to be touched. Number 4, taboo, a former name for delete. D-A-L-I-T. Different. Not delete. Say, delete your phone number. Not that one. Okay, the movie. Triple X. 2002. Jay, the girl, says, I run a secret website. I got tapes to make and I can't do that with you in jail. X says, did you see that? I don't care, the girl said. Listen to me. The X says, I'm untouchable. He was putting his hand around that girl's arm like this. I'm untouchable. The girl says, whatever. That black girl with an attitude. Untouchable means they can't be touched. Untouchable means they can't be touched. It cannot be touched. Untouchable means they can't be touched. Okay, that's untouchable. 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 This is untouchable. My things, they're untouchable. Okay, folks, that's it. The lesson is over.